Hello, everyone. My name is Nevena Manic. I'm an advisor at the Office of the Prime Minister of Serbia, and I'm dealing with public administration reform and digitalization. It is such a pleasure to speak with you today. I really wish we could all meet together in Berlin, really, in person, share our experiences and successes. But I really hope that very soon we'll be able to resume to normal life and have these amazing festivals in person. But for now, as I said, thank you so much for inviting me. It is a pleasure. And today my presentation will be a little bit different. It will be a story, because I think we all prefer stories. They're so much more interesting. And my story is called Dare.Serbia. And why dare? You'll see later that dare is really the key word when it comes to digitalization in Serbia, because digital is really in our DNA. And you will see why very soon. So to start off, I will start with the lightning. So how does this connect to digital government? You will see very soon. But I think lightning is very interesting because it's one of the most powerful forces of nature, right? It has plagued the human race for a long time. And still most people are afraid of it, right? When they hear it, they never like the sound and they're always a bit afraid. But it took one Serb, Nikola Tesla, that we all know, who was the key person to tame the forces of lightning. And he was behind a great number of transformative innovations, ranging from wireless power to electric motors and steam engine. But above all, he was willing to experiment, to try things, to go forward for the good of humankind. And this is a quote that I really like from him, that he says, if you want to understand the secrets of the universe, think of it in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. And I really like this picture where he's sitting, calmly thinking, researching, inventing, and creating brand new ideas while all these lightning are around him, And why? Is because he dared. Tesla and his contemporaries harnessed the potential of electricity, as we all know. But now the Serbian government is trying to use this and to really build on this and to master digitalization. For most governments in this century, D stands for digitalization, right? Everyone believes in it. Everyone is working on it. But we are trying to do a little bit of a different approach. We see D as dare. And for Serbian government, D stands for dare. Dare to reinvent governance. We need to inspire people to dare to dream. This is something that we firmly believe here. Although Serbia is a small nation, it has been able to turn it into its strength. We dared to prioritize digitalization, and this has resulted in remarkable achievements of utilizing the opportunities of digitalization and new innovation. And something that we're really proud of is that we made the whole government and citizens to support this agenda. So everyone is really behind this digital agenda, and we made the digital government here in Serbia a matter of national pride. We really believe that nothing will happen if you always do things the same way, right? How can you expect different results if you keep on doing the same things? And Serbia is the rocket of Europe, and we're not afraid to explore the unknown, to try new things, and to reinvent our own approach to digitalization. Why? Because we believe that if you're really going to do something, you should throw yourself into it, right? Go all in. And this is exactly the approach that we took when it comes to digitalization. Now, I will share with you selflessly three secret ingredients, how we did this, how we reinvented governance, because it seems like a good choice, but of course it takes a lot of work in the back office, and this is our recipe for success that, of course, I would like to share with you here today. So number one, we dare to put people first. Right? So we really work on not, the user experience, but the government experience of people here. So what we do is we not only want to meet their expectations, but we want to exceed them. We want to revolutionize the customer experience of public services. And how we do this? By daring, right? Again, dare, by daring to put people to the center of service and system design. So when we create new services, we don't think in terms of administrative boundaries, limitations, limited resources, and all different constraints. We think about the user. We think about the citizen and how they expect this service to exist. And when we created, that is our main goal, to think about the service, to think about how this public service will be the best. So we put people first. We dare to cultivate society-wide collaboration. This is also really, really important because, as you all know, digitalization is a transformative and all-encompassing effort. So instead of developing solutions alone, individual e-services, what we do is we try to mobilize different sectors to build a digital society collaboratively, right? And finally, something that we are very proud of is we really try to turn digital into green. So we are decisively transforming the public administration and society by combining green and digital transformation, because we want to see digitalization as an enabler of a systemic rather than an incremental change. So green is also the key word here in the way how we approach digital government. So how are we using this recipe? We have chosen 3 cases out of many, but 3 cases that I think really reflect how we use our recipes every day in really consistently trying to dare to reinvent governance and to provide best public administration and best public services to our citizens. So eBaby is an example of building public services around life events. As I said, not administrative boundaries. So here in Serbia, when you have a baby, everything is done for you by the state. So when you are still in the hospital, the entire administrative procedure is done while the mother is still in the hospital, and when she arrives at home, all the documents are sent to the address. So there are no requests. They're not even, you never have to go to any institution to sign anything, to request anything. Everything is done for you. So you can, of course, focus on the other things that you have to do once you have a child. But the important thing is that the whole service is done around the life event, which is bringing the newborn into the world, instead of thinking about all the papers that you have to bring and all the things you have to collect, where you have to go. So you don't have to go anywhere. Everything is received on your post address, all the documents that you might need. And in Serbia, 99% of babies are e-babies. So there's virtually no one opts for the analog approach. Everyone is doing the e-baby because it's so simple and it's a very, very seamless service. As I said, we really cultivate society-wide collaboration, and the best project that we can that really portrays this is My First Salary. It is a fully digital, cross-governmental and cross-sectoral platform for increasing employment for youth. So it is called My First Salary because it is a way to connect businesses with young people for them to earn their first salary. And as I said, this project could only happen when there is a cross-sectoral platform to achieve this. And finally, as I said, green, because we switched to digital, this has resulted in a massive drop in paper use. We have saved 18,000 trees, which is 180 million sheets of paper, which means that if you stack them on top of each other, that would be hundreds of buildings of paper just from what we've saved from digital government. And not just paper, but 76 million liters of water, 6,000 megawatt hours of electricity. So a huge reduction of used resources because we opted for the green approach and for the digital approach. So when you dare, how does success look like? People, they get better service experience, they have higher trust, and of course they have better lives because they can choose what they want to spend their time in. Not administrative procedures, not bringing papers to different institutions. We don't want citizens to be couriers of the state, post for the state. We want people to enjoy their life, to work, and while the government is doing all the communication for them to the maximum extent possible. Government is becoming accessible, right? 24/7, 365 days a year. There is no working hours for digital government. It works 24/7, right? And it is more transparent because the procedures are, you know them, you understand them, they're transparent, and they are, you know what to expect. And of course, agile, because only digital government can be truly agile. So this is something that is really always in the focus when we think about reinventing governance. We always think about the environment because smart solutions always have a green perspective. And we are really trying to digitalize everything: health, education, economy. So everything is digital. It has really helped us to have outstanding results in responding to COVID-19 crisis, and particularly a really fast vaccination rollout in the beginning. We are really trying to build human capacities for the future by introducing IT and programming even for elementary school kids. And of course, this has all had a very positive impact on the business environment in Serbia. And what are the results? Serbia's success has got the attention of international media outlets, from tech talent to the vaccination system to the tech boom. So it has really captured the attention worldwide. And some other results that have been achieved is the ICT sector is now ranked first in terms of net export revenue generated domestically. Serbia is in the top 5 globally for the global ecosystem of affordable talent and for the blockchain activation ecosystem. The quick response to COVID-19 crisis is also a matter of national pride, because the people here in Serbia had the unique opportunity for a unique digital portal for COVID-19 vaccination, which outpaced nearly every country in the EU in vaccination. People in Serbia had the opportunity to choose from 4 different vaccines, and the whole system, which also uses AI, could track the vaccine from the moment it lands in Serbia at the airport to the person that will receive it. There's the constant communication between the state and people. And so they would get an SMS and an email. When is their appointment? It was exact date and time. Everything was done in 15 minutes. We also donated a lot of vaccine to the region. So this whole achievement is really something that showcased how much the investments in digitalization have immense results. And also, as I said, we're trying to digitalize everything: healthcare, tax, electronic exchange of data. We built on capacities of civil servants, and we also, in the midst of pandemic, able to create the biggest and the most sophisticated government-owned and managed data center in the region of Southeast Europe. It is the data center of Serbia. So during the pandemic, we still didn't lose focus, and we tried to do even more infrastructural project that could really help create even better digital government and really go even further and even faster in this great accomplishment that we have done. Thank you so much for your attention. I really hope that our experiences were interesting and useful for you. I really hope you like our story. It is a unique story, and it really shows that you need to have a unique approach, and our approach was to dare to go all in, and the success is something that we are really, really proud of, and that we always like to share with our colleagues from everywhere. So thank you so much for your attention, and I wish you a great rest of the festival. Thank you.